In the quiet town of Willow Creek, nestled among rolling hills and whispering pines, lived a retired police canine named Rex. A German shepherd with a coat of midnight black and tan, Rex had served 10 years on the force, sniffing out danger, protecting his handler, Officer Mark Sullivan, and saving countless lives. His sharp eyes and unwavering loyalty made him a legend in the department. But age had softened his stride, and a limp from an old injury had forced his retirement. Now, he spent his days by Mark's side, no longer chasing suspects, but chasing sunbeams in their small backyard. Mark, too, had retired, trading his badge for a quieter life. The two were inseparable, bound by a decade of trust forged in chaos. Every morning they'd walk the same path through the woods, Rex trotting faithfully at Mark's heel, ears perked for the faintest command. Stay, seek, guard. Rex knew them all, but in retirement, Mark rarely used them. Instead, he'd ruffle Rex's fur and say, "Good boy, just be you." Rex would tilt his head as if waiting for something more, some purpose to fulfill. One crisp autumn evening, as leaves crunched underfoot, Mark and Rex set out on their usual trail. The sky burned orange, and the air carried a chill. Mark, now in his 60s, moved slower than he used to, his breaths heavier from years of stress and a heart condition he didn't talk about. Rex stayed close, his limp mirroring Mark's careful steps. They reached a clearing by a small creek, where Mark liked to sit on a weathered bench and toss sticks for Rex to fetch, not out of duty, but for joy. That evening, though, Mark didn't sit. He stood, clutching his chest, his face pale. "Rex," he gasped, voice trembling. "Stay!" Rex froze, ears up, eyes locked on Mark. It was the old command, the one from their working days, and Rex obeyed instantly, his body rigid with focus. Mark stumbled, dropping to one knee, then to the ground. His hand reached for Rex, fingers brushing the dog's fur before falling still. Rex didn't move. "Stay," Mark had said, and so he stayed, his body pressed against the earth beside his handler. Minutes passed, then hours. The sun sank, and the forest grew dark, but Rex didn't budge. His eyes never left Mark, waiting for the next command, the one that would tell him what to do. But it never came. At dawn, a jogger found them, Mark, still and cold, and Rex, shivering but unmoving, his fur damp with dew. The jogger called for help, and soon paramedics and police arrived. They tried to coax Rex away, but he growled softly, refusing to leave Mark's side. It was only when an old colleague from the force, Officer Daniels, knelt beside him and whispered, "Release, Rex! Good boy, release!" that Rex finally stood. His tail hung low, and a soft whine escaped his throat as they covered Mark's body. But Rex's story didn't end there, and this is where hearts break. For days, Rex refused food, lying by the door where Mark used to come home. He'd limp to the window at the sound of every car, ears perked, waiting for a command that would never come. The department tried to rehome him, but Rex, loyal to a fault, seemed to carry Mark's absence like a weight. One night, under the same orange sky, Rex slipped out an open gate. Neighbors reported seeing him heading toward the woods, toward the clearing by the creek. They found him there the next morning, curled up on the bench where Mark used to sit, his eyes half open, as if still watching for his partner. Rex had waited, as he always had, for one final command. But this time, it was as if Mark had called him home. The town buried Rex beside Mark, a small plaque marking their bond. Rex, loyal until the end. To this day, folks in Willow Creek say that on quiet autumn evenings, when the leaves fall and the creek whispers, you can feel their presence in the clearing, a man and his dog forever waiting, forever together.